All right, so I'll just start from the top. Would you say your school is more geared towards those interested in competition or self-defense?
My school is mainly competition. Um, we compete a lot, especially at the IBJJF tournaments and some small local tournaments. So we put a lot of emphasis into competition. But as part of that, we do teach some self-defense because it is similar to competition style jiu-jitsu, like, guillotine defense and things like that.
Mm-hmm. And what does a typical day of training there usually consist of?
Um, well, a typical day is usually everybody comes in, we uh, warm up consists of mobility drills, um, just general warm up. Then we go into more sports specific, guard passing drills, mouth drills, whatever. And from there we go into technique. Um, the technique, I try to make everything flow together as, uh, one series per week, if they counter, whatever. And then from there we spar for probably about a half hour, 45 minutes.
Okay, and where does training usually begin for someone that's just starting off?
If someone's just starting off, we have a beginner's program that they have to go through.
And how long is that program?
A what?
And how long is that program?
It takes them about 3 months to get to the regular classes.
And what could they expect to have learned by then?
It's just the fundamentals of jiu-jitsu, very basic technique, movement, counter movement, how to stand up and base, things like that. And from there, we show this the general idea of jiu-jitsu, so they can start to wrap their head around very basic positions. And then once they, progress through the beginner's program, they have a pretty solid foundation that they can move on to the next part and join the blue belt and the purple belt.
Okay. And your school offers integrated fitness, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, boxing, personal training, and nutrition consulting. Do you get access to all of those when you sign up for one, or do you have to sign up separately?
You have to sign up separately, but I package everything to make it as affordable as possible for people. Just a lot of the nutrition and stuff like that is mainly the personal training clients do that. The integrated fitness is CrossFit style workouts at half the price is what it is. And, those people come to me for nutrition. Really, the people that compete in jiu-jitsu and boxing, they have a pretty good knowledge of diet, workout, and things like that. So they tend to do their own thing.
Okay.
And if they have any questions, I kind of help them out and I got them in the right direction. And then if they want, workouts and stuff like that, they can talk to a trainer and a trainer can take it from there.
And could you explain to me the difference between your personal training and your integrated fitness classes?
Integrated fitness is a group session. Personal training is one-on-one, or as we call it, semi-private, like 2 or 3 people. It's for people that don't want to work out with a bunch of people, where it's integrated fitness, there's 10, 12 people a session. So, and it's less individualized training in integrated fitness. It's a lot of very basic functional movement. Whereas personal training, a lot of times, it's men and women that want to lose weight, get in shape, maybe have special needs, bad back, things like that.
Okay, and you also mentioned BoxFit as you mentioned your BoxFit class as a way to get in the shape of a fighter without having to spar. And what if the student wants to spar? Do you have a BoxFit and a boxing class separate?
Yeah. The boxing we try to stay away from like the cardio, kickboxing, boxing type thing. For boxing, you come in, you do a boxing workout, different bags, speed bag, jump rope, mix, all that. And then from there, if they want to spar and they feel like they're progressing to spar, then they'll work with some of our pro boxers that are out of our gym, and the pro boxers will actually be the ones to start sparring with them so that they can fight to their level and give them, solid work.
Okay. And you have a children's program for jiu-jitsu. Do you have one? Do you have a children's program for boxing as well, or is that only for adults?
Kids do the boxing program as well. They're mixed in with adults. Most of the kids that are in there aren't very young. They're 13, 14 years old. So at that point, they can pretty much handle, the structure of the class and things like that.
Okay. And besides age, what's the difference between your children's and your adult classes?
The kids class is very, very drilling intensive.
Could you repeat that?
It's very drilling intensive.
Okay.
The kids don't spar as much. We don't, we drill a lot. We go through specific training with them. And we also kind of don't get into the complicated stuff. We keep them drilling the basics, going over the basics, and just keep reinforcing, a solid foundation of jiu-jitsu, because at that age, they really can't comprehend the body mechanics needed in order to, play crazy, De La Riva guard and things like that. But, they do, the basic things, and they do them very well, such as, like, your basic cross chokes, arm bars, things like that.
Okay. And what would you say is the main goal for your students?
The main goal for my students is, it's not I don't have a goal for my students. I like my students, I tell them to have personal goals and to reach those personal goals, because everybody's different. Not everybody wants to be a world champion. Not everybody wants to compete. But if I had to say I had a goal for my students, it would just be to love jiu-jitsu and to come in, train hard,
And help them achieve their goals?
yeah.
Okay.
That I really look, because I might have a 40-year-old man that just wants to do jiu-jitsu for fun, and then I might have a 21-year-old kid, who is very competition-oriented, wants to compete a lot. So their goals are separate. But at the end of the day, I just really want to spread the sport and help everybody enjoy the sport and make it fun for everyone.
Okay. And what are your future plans and goals for your school as a whole?
As a whole, new facility, of course, more students. Keep putting out, quality jiu-jitsu fighters. I've put out a lot of international open champions and things like that. I would like to see some of my guys compete at the Worlds, whether they win or lose, it doesn't matter. I would just like to see them compete at that level. And, I just became a Rafael Lovato Jr. affiliate, after, spending some time with him out in Oklahoma, and he came to Delaware, and, we did a seminar, and we went over some stuff. I really am looking forward to, what is going to grow out of becoming, Rafael Lovato, affiliate.
Okay, and I realize that most schools generally teach the same material, but is there anything that you would say makes your school unique from others like it?
What makes my school unique is the fact that we have, just instructor-wise, we have, just in jiu-jitsu alone, we have 4 black belts at my school. We were all promoted under a world champion, and we're all different sizes, so you're not coming to learn jiu-jitsu from a 140-pound guy and you walk in and you weigh 225. We have a female black belt. So my school has a lot of different looks for jiu-jitsu.
So you've got a lot of nice diversity?
Yeah, tons of diversity. I have a female black belt. I have a small black belt who, fights as like a light feather. there's me. I'm a heavyweight. You know, I'm about 200 pounds, and then I have another black belt who's 275 pounds. You know,
Wow.
so we cover a broad array of different body types and things like that, which makes us very unique.
Yeah, so they can really see like all types of opponents that they may face and like how different it is, you would say.
And the other thing that makes us different is that I'm a firm believer in that you can drill and you can practice moves as much as you want, but that doesn't make you good at jiu-jitsu. I firmly believe you have to spar, and you have to spar a lot in order to become good at jiu-jitsu. And that's one thing that a lot of people have been attracted to in my school is the amount of competition-based atmosphere we create. It's safe. It's a healthy type of competition, but we still keep that competition mindset, and also we keep a testing mindset at all times. You know, every day is a belt test. You know, I don't have a belt test where people go over techniques. I like to see progression, you know, every day, not just one day and say, hey, show me these techniques, you know?
Yeah. So, is there anything that you would like to say to any of my viewers that may be interested in training at your school?
Not really. Just come in, and if you love jiu-jitsu, my door's always open. If you're a student somewhere else and you're just looking to train with new people, my door's always open. I'm not very territorial, and I would love to train with everyone. And if they're interested in training jiu-jitsu, come on in.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you very much for your time. I got everything I need.
Oh, thank you.
Have a good night.